Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to be doing a studio tour and it's changed so much since the last few videos I've done. I think I did two studio tours before this. I think it was like 2017, 2018. I haven't done a 2019 one yet. And I have a lot more plants. I have 2 desks now. What else? I have new lights. I got them off of eBay, but I'll talk more about that in detail. I have a printer, a Cricut. I've definitely been accumulating this stuff over the course of the year, and the desk was actually sent to me by AnthroDesk, which is a Canadian standing desk company, and they make other stuff too. I'm going to be talking about that as well. So I'm going to take you off of here and show you around my studio. And when I say studio, I mean bedroom. It's not really a studio. So the first thing I want to talk about is my desk, and this is a new desk. My old desk is against my window now, but this is a new desk, and the stand of the desk actually came from the company AnthroDesk, and they sent this stand to me to review. It's a actually adjustable desk. It has a single motor, and it can go from complete standing to sitting, so it can raise really, really high. The buttons are down here. So it can go really high. I don't want to raise it any higher because it's going to start to pull some of my wires out of the wall. I'm going to put it down now. And I actually got the tabletop from IKEA, and I just screwed it onto the bottom of the desk. It comes with its own screws. It's really easy to set up. It's super solid. And the great thing about standing desks is that it allows you to switch between sitting and standing throughout the day, and this is better for your posture and your health, and sitting for a really long time is really bad for you, and also standing for a really long time is bad for you, so being able to switch, I think, is really important. And AnthroDesk is actually a Canadian company, so I was even more excited to work with them and kind of try out their stand and review it, because I like to support Canadian companies, because it's hard to come by them. So the frame is super solid. It's really heavy, really durable, really well built. That's the motor there. It's one motor and it's really fast, and you actually screw this onto the tabletop. There's one in the middle and some on the other side. And since it's white, it really helps to brighten up my room. I really need to do some cable management that is unsightly, but I will do that eventually. So there's a little protective bar to keep you from getting anything caught while it spins. It's so grainy up here because it's so dark. It comes with its own screws. It's just really sturdily built. What I like most about this desk is that I can adjust the height to whatever I want it to be. It can be a full standing desk, a full sitting desk. I can change it depending on my posture for that day, because my posture kind of changes day to day depending on how tired I am. But being able to stand and work on stuff has been kind of life-changing, and I've had no problems with this so far. I have nothing but good things to say about it, honestly, and the price isn't even that bad. In school, we stand up a lot when we make art, so it's nice to be able to do that at home as well. And also, whenever I'm packaging orders, I like to be able to move from here to my printer, which is behind me, really quickly. So if I'm sitting, I have to constantly stand up, walk over, sit back down, do things, or I'm just hunched over a regular height desk. So I always raise it up whenever I'm packaging orders, and it just really helps my productivity, my workflow. A standing desk is just a super useful tool, and I'm so glad I have it. You can actually adjust the width of the feet of the desk. It can go wide and short depending on the size of your tabletop, and it's even deeper than my other table. This table is super thin. It's just made from like Michael's cubes and a piece of wood, but this is a real table. I haven't really had a real table in a long time. So thank you so much to AnthroDesk for letting me set this up. It took me kind of a long time to get the video ready, so they were very patient with me because I was trying to get everything ready in my studio for this video, and now everything's ready so I can show you everything. So make sure to check the links in the description to see this desk if you want to look at any of the other products, or if you want to get a desk for yourself. If you've been looking into standing desks, definitely check out this company. These are my new lights and a new stand that my dad worked very hard on for me. I think it's like a oak or something, some kind of, I can't remember what kind of wood this is. So basically what this is, these wooden things can slide off the end. So I'll show you one of them. I also got these wall mounts from Amazon. You can find them all over Amazon. So it looks like this. It looks like that on the wall piece. So this interlocks there and slides it into place. And that way you can kind of have them placed wherever you want regardless of where the studs are, because these are screwed into studs, which is the wood in the wall. You can't just screw into drywall because it's not strong enough. It might rip it out of your wall. Oh yeah, and above here are some of my favorite art prints I have from friends and artists and people I follow online. I have a whole bunch on my other wall over there, but I have a lot here too. Also, the way I mount the cameras, I have this long pole and it goes in there. And this can also slide back and forth, and there's a camera screw on here. So I screw the camera on and then it can film my desk. But the lights are LED. It comes with a little diffuser, and I actually got these on eBay for like half off. They're the newer lights, and they're really bright. Let me turn them on. They're so much brighter than my other lights. You can actually adjust the temperature on the back. It's really cool. This isn't sponsored. I don't even know if these are the best lights to get. It's just what I could find within my budget. I'm gonna leave one of them on. So as for what I have on my desk, this is a little plate stand from IKEA, and I just keep my tape on it. Oh my gosh, I keep my tape on it for packaging. This is some masking tape, and I keep a bunch of books, sketchbooks and notebooks just in here, all the ones I currently use. Keep my kneaded eraser, 2 rulers, my paint jar. I found a centipede in this one, so that wasn't fun. A little coaster of my dog to keep my desk from getting all gross from the paint water. My mouse, it's not always there, I'm usually using it. My iPads move around all the time, and the only reason why I have 2 iPads is because I bought one myself, but then a year later, school gave me one. Like, we all got one at school, and it's so much bigger and nice, so now I have 2. And it feels kind of excessive, but I mean, I bought this one with my own money. It was quite an investment, and I just got one for free, so I have 2. This is where I keep all my shipping supplies and all my order packaging stuff. I also have a yoga mat over there. And on top of here is my custom stamp. I made a little ink pad that I use. This is a sticky note. Sometimes I'll write little notes in orders, like if I'm putting something free in it, I'll write a little note that says free. And that's what I use those for. These are for making sticker packs. These are all misprinted stickers. These are all the banners for the stickers, so I kind of keep them up here. They'll probably find a new place at some point. Here's a scale, just off of Amazon. I just wanted to be able to check if packages were over a certain weight. So you just let it zero itself, and then you put that on. That's 214 grams for that stapler. Here is, I keep my business cards. I put one in each order. Do not bend stamp I got from Vistaprint. Some gel pens and Sharpies to write addresses, and a date stamp that I don't use for anything yet. Sometimes I like to date stamp my sketchbook pages, but I just always forget that I have that. A black ink pad. I don't really use black. I like red for shipping because I just think it kind of fits the little postal theme. Drawer number 1 is my sticker packs. This is a little extension for my camera setup. Stamps are in here. I have a couple turtle ones left. Sticker sheets. I think I have all my stickers are up here. This is refill ink, a new ink replacement for my stamp, some whiteout, a corner rounder, my old stamp, and that's it for that drawer. Drawer number 2. These are all my enamel pin backing cards. So these are the Backpack Frog ones. I had 250 of these and they're almost gone. That's like my most popular pin design, and it was my first pin too. These are the Stone Garden dudes, Living Stone Garden, Star Kitty, I think, yeah, Star Kitty, my worm enamel pins, a pack of Sharpies for writing on stuff so that it won't smudge because Sharpies are permanent, staples for my stapler for sticker packs, some brooch pins, which I use on wooden pins. I haven't made any of those in a while though. Drawer number 3. This is kind of a mess. There's a lot of, are these free? Yeah, these are full of free prints because they have misprints, or they're cropped weird, or they're test prints, or the corners are bent, little imperfections that I don't like to sell them normally. So if you order a print from my store, you'll get a free print with it, as long as those last for. Some Patreon rewards, in case anything gets sent back to me, or if anything gets lost in the mail, I have some extras I can resend to people. Postage rates for my reference. I think these are 6x9 clear plastic sleeves. Some tissue paper for packaging bigger orders that I haven't really got any of yet. Maybe once I start making zines, I'll use that. Enamel pin, clear sleeves from Amazon. I buy so many things from Amazon. More clear sleeves and bigger sleeves for bigger prints. These are where I keep all my enamel pins. I don't have, what's this? Empty sleeve. I don't have too many designs that it's hard to find them, so they're all just kind of scattered in here, but I can easily find what I need. Like if I needed a worm pin, there's one right there, a star pin, garden pin, frog pin, so they're really easy to find. If I ever get more designs, I'm going to need a more organized solution, but this works for now. These are where I keep my prints. Kind of have them organized by size, and they're all pre-packaged so that they all stay safe. And these are my non-packaged pins. I have so many of these cat prints. I have so many of these cat prints, and they're all under there. So these are where I keep my prints. Here's all my chipboard for stiffening envelopes, and these are actually the pieces that I trim off when I cut to the right size. So these don't fit 5x7 prints, but they fit smaller prints, and I have so many of them. So those are gonna go on smaller prints. That was a nice sound. This is my sticker paper. I use Cricut printable vinyl for my stickers, but I've recently been trying out, what is it? Inkjet Creative Media Photo Paper Direct Matte Vinyl Inkjet Paper, and I like it except for the fact it's super thick, so I'm still trying to decide which one I like better. The price between them kind of varies because you can get the Cricut on sale sometimes, but the other stuff is never on sale because it's just on Amazon. Or maybe sometimes it's on sale. So that's just full of sticker paper. These are also IKEA shelf things I got. You can attach them to the bottom of a desk or a shelf. And it's extra storage. Still don't know where I want to put those. I had them over there, but they just looked kind of bad and they got in my way. Envelopes. These are 6x9 envelopes. Return addresses. It doesn't matter if you see these because this is just my P.O. box. Airmail stickers, envelope sealers from the dollar store just for fun. Some sticker banners that I have not cut yet, and I probably should do that. A full sheet label in case I make a mistake on an envelope. I just cover it in a label and then I rewrite it. And this was full of pre-made envelopes, but most of them are blank now, but these are some bubble mailers I use. If you want to see me make a video on how I actually like package everything and organize everything and run it all, let me know. More envelopes apparently, it's just more of the same. My bigger envelopes and the bigger stock of my craft ones, those are from Michael's actually. I use a coupon, so they're pretty cheap. Oh my gosh, something just fell and scared me so bad. These are my enamel pin bags, so they're not packaged yet. So they're just in here. I don't have like such an influx of orders that I have to count them all out as soon as I get them. So it's a steady flow of sales, but not so much that I need to like rush and count them all. I actually got a new carpet too. This is where I keep all my cut stickers and banners. And here's some I still need to cut. This is a misprint because it printed the wrong way. And then these two I need to cut. This is the thing I don't like about Cricut paper. It just curls and it messes up my printer. It's jammed like, I'd say 2% of the time it jams. So it's enough to like make me worried for the health of my printer. And this is full of misprints. So if you order anything, I try to put a misprint in it. And I also might do misprint packs. Oh, these are second pins. I haven't put them on my store yet, but those are seconds. And these are misprinted stickers. I have so many misprinted stickers. I need to start selling them as a pack because I think that would be a good way to get rid of them and not waste them. So we've done this whole right side. Now it's time to go over here. These are my Ohuhu markers. They're the water-based ones. These are the cheapies, not the alcohol ones. There's so many colors. I got them from Christmas, I think, and I love sketching with them. If you want to have some fun with some cool markers without paying too much, I would recommend these. Okay, here's where I keep all my brushes. This one I use to brush dust off of things. This one is a giant watercolor brush. Some smaller brushes, some water brushes that I got in a sketch box, some little scissors. This should not be there, that should be over there. And yeah, I try to keep my brushes separate. This slowly fills with random junk over time and I have to reorganize it. It's just how it goes. And this is full of some pens, some of my favorite go-to tools like the Mars Technico with the 2B lead, not 2B, 2mm, actually it is 2B lead also. Pencil, a bigger watercolor brush should be over there, my nice scissors, brush pens, a little eraser pencil, and stuff like that is there. My big tablet is there. Hello. This is my ZZ plant. I'll talk about him later. I have lots of plants to show you. So I keep it plugged in. I actually just put this here because I'm going to be working on some more digital stuff and I want to just have my tablet out. Keyboard. The cables, kind of a mess. I will sort with that later. Now, let's talk about my plants because I know a lot of people wanted to see a plant tour. So this is it. This is my African violet and it used to be purple when I got it and the flowers all fell off. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. The flowers all fell off and I just figured, well, maybe it just won't bloom because the temperature isn't right. But then I started getting into fertilizing my plants and I bought African violet fertilizer specifically for this guy and I started giving him the recommended dose and then he started to make buds and then he started to bloom again. And I was so happy. I was so surprised that that actually worked. But they're white. They used to be purple. So, well, they're kind of a nice light pink color. I think they're really pretty. Plants can just change colors of their blooms randomly. I couldn't find a straight answer on why. Might have to do some kind of mutation or hybrid or climate. Who knows? This is my pothos. It was like a cutting when I got it. Part of it is the Marble Queen and I think some of it is normal. So the Marble Queen is like variegated, so there's white on it, but it's slowly kind of losing its variegation as it grows because this doesn't get the brightest sunlight. This is my spider plant. This was a cutting that I bought from a convention actually, and he's growing so strong. He has such long leaves now. He's doing great. I love it. This is a little baby pilea that I cut off my my mother pilea, I guess, my mature plant, and he's doing great. That's an air plant. Let me grab him. He's just so big. I watered him the other day. I just never know if my air plants are thriving or just surviving. Probably not thriving, let's be honest. This is my oyster plant, or I think it's also called Moses in the Boat. It's looking a little bit like faded and speckly. I'm not sure why. I recently cut off a bunch of growth on it and rerooted it and planted it somewhere else. So we should be, I don't know, kind of pruned it, I guess. It rooted so well. Oh my gosh, it's growing a new baby? No, it's not. My little watering can, so I don't spill water everywhere every time I water stuff. Just off of Amazon. Half the stuff I have is from Amazon. I try to buy plants that don't need tons of light, but sometimes sometimes they just don't. They just need more light, and it's just hard to give them light because I have a very fixed place where I can put them. But this is called an arrowhead plant, I'm pretty sure. There's other names. But I got it because it just had these really pretty leaves that were all like mottled dark green and white. And I just liked it. My crow. He's a good crow from Michael's. Oh, and a pig and a turkey. This is my jade plant. He used to be under a plant light and I moved that. So now he's at my window and he's starting to get leggy. I feel bad because I've had him for so long, but I just don't have room for the plant light anymore. And these are also some succulents that are getting leggy because I moved them out of the plant light also. I don't like seeing them get leggy, but I mean, what can I do? Oh no, someone closed my window in my air plant. No. This is an air plant. He's not looking so good, to be honest. And here's one I've had for a while, and he actually looks pretty good. I'm not an expert at air plants by any means. So here's my pilea plant, one of my favorite plants. He always has a bare stem. He just loses his lower foliage for some reason. I'm not sure why. I know that happens when plants get really old, but he's not, like it's not like they're really old leaves. They just slowly start to yellow and fall off. I don't think it's an overwatering problem because I don't overwater it. I let it dry between waterings. It could just be insufficient light or fertilizer problem. I don't even know what it could be. I tried Googling it and can't find any answers, but he's still putting out new growth. That's a new leaf there. This is my ZZ plant. It's new. It was mislabeled at the nursery, so I got it for quite a good price. And one of his stems broke off. Someone broke it off. My parents broke it off. One of my parents. But he's putting out a brand new stem and also one here, so he seems to be happy. And I try to not overwater it because I know it stores water in these bulb things. So He's pretty new. I've had him for like a month or two, but he seems to be doing okay. I also have this spider plant. He was on my dresser, and I keep him there because I like to kind of spread out the foliage in my room. He makes these weird noises. Sounds like a spider. I like to have plants not just on the windowsill, so he can survive in low light situations, so that's why I keep him on my dresser, and he seems to be doing okay there. Hey, so you saw my tablet, which is in that corner, and then I have this really dark corner under my desk, so let's take a look down here. This is gonna be terrible lighting. I keep paper up here, so there's really cheap sketching paper, there's watercolor paper, there's paper scraps, all kinds of paper is up here. And this is a calendar, which shouldn't be there, but it is. This is my tracing pad from Cricut and some spare scraps of paper right there. This is my old mini computer, which is basically obsolete now that I have iPads. Some extra contact paper, I'll talk about that. Well, maybe I should now. This is covered in contact paper, so that's not the actual surface. The actual surface is quite yellow, but I put contact paper on it, so it would be kind of nice and light like my other tabletop. I have another tracing pad under here, which I never use because this one is USB powered and this one is not, so it's just more convenient to use a USB one rather than this specific charging cord. Some extra jars for mixing paint and some hardware for my cubes here. This desk is held up by 2 cubes on either side. From Michael's, they're the storage cubes, and it's just a piece of wood on top. I keep my extra pencil cases in there and some watercolor palettes. I might actually move those watercolor palettes, but I have this one where I mix colors on. This is also just an empty tray. This is a metal palette with clip-in pans, some pencil cases, and this little palette. Tons of glue is in there, and masking fluid and extra business cards. My garbage that I never ever use. This is kind of like my junk drawer, my office supply drawer. More tape, paper clips, giant sticky notes, thumbtacks, cables. This is my polymer clay that I don't touch and I should probably give away to someone. Clay making tools like a roller, a knife, hole puncher stuff. This is full of all my DS stuff, which I can't actually take out because my drawer is broken, but it has a bunch of electronic stuff in there. My DS's, my games. I mostly use the Switch now. Just some select Copic markers. The rest of my Copics are in my closet. Some gel pens, some fine liners. So back on top of my desk, beside my ZZ plant, is a bunch of other cable stuff, but I actually use this quite often. So I have my wireless earbuds, some other earbuds, the cable that connects my light pad to a USB port so I can actually use it, the case for my audio recorder, some Huion pens. I don't think these charge though, I don't think they work. I have an X-Acto knife, some little mini tripods for close angles, and I think that's pretty much it. There's a little tape measure and a little pushing thing. That actually should be out. That shouldn't be in there. What's in here? I can't remember what's in there. Sharpener. I'll put it in there actually. So in these 2 little things are all of my mechanical pencils. These are really old. I just put the lead I like inside and I use them. This needs to go in a different one. Needs to go in there. Some pencils that you sharpen, extra lead, lino cut tool, some pottery needles for scratching stuff, extra lead for, that's 2B lead, or 2mm lead, also 2B. Some extra erasers, some earbud replacement things, and screws. No, oh, those are the tools for scratching a scratch board. Those are in there. Up here is colored pencils, which are like sketching pencils, watercolor pencils, just specialty colored lead stuff is in there. These are all markers and gel pens, so like the fun stuff to use. Most of them are like cheapies from Miniso and other kinds of like dollar stores, but these are Jelly Roll gel pens in a bunch of different colors. And some brush pens, some Muji pens, just stuff like that. Fun little stationery stuff. And in here is all my black pens. I think these are all black and gray. Oh, I forgot I had this. I love this one. It's a gray Sharpie pen. It came in a sketch box and I love it. This is a black Brush pen, just all kinds of stuff, gel pens, my ink wash, I should use that more. Ballpoint pens, these are all like black ink pens. This is a paper cutter, it's ancient, it's super old. It's so old that this broke off, so I have to place it on top every time. It's like a guillotine type of thing, and it also has this, but that doesn't work. And I use this to cut everything. And it's slowly getting duller as it gets older. So this is kind of the fun part, the art supplies. Here is all my gouache. I have designer's gouache. I use this as a little pink gouache, even though it's watercolor. Acrylic gouache, which dries permanently. A big tube of white. And there's a little pencil in there, which shouldn't be there, but it is. My watercolors are in here. I have a mix of Schmincke Horadam, Cotman watercolors, and Shinhan watercolors. I love Shinhan. They're great, kind of like mid-tier. I like them a lot. All my extra cheap brushes are in there. My gel pens. I got a bunch of these for Christmas or my birthday once, and I'm still slowly working my way through them. A cheap watercolor set, 2 other watercolor sets which I barely use. This one and this one. There's some more brushes under here, and these are those like Ecoline watercolors. They're liquid watercolors. I keep them down here. A little eyedropper in a bottle, which can come in handy. Some India ink, an empty gouache set, which I'm actually getting more of that soon. And that's that drawer. I call it my paint drawer because I keep my paints in there. This one is my pencil drawer. Bunch of Conte from school, life drawing. These are all my pencil crayons. They're mostly Prismacolor. Pretty much all of them are. Some pastels, which I use sometimes. There's gonna be like rogue pencil crayons in here. A little extension thing. Some pastels. Some pack of pencils. Some Prismacolor Verithin pencils, which are harder than the other lead. Some Lyra pencil crayons, and Crayola colored pencils are under there as well. A pen, I'm just gonna leave that there. Crayola markers, and Sharpies. Soft oil pastels, haven't used those. I keep finding little pencil crayons just all around. These are Koi brush pens, they're watercolor markers. And some pencil crayons, and these are like soy, not pencil crayons, some crayons, and these are soy, made out of soy. I didn't even know that they were made out of soy. Oh, and these are my Posca pens. And some extra Conte is down there, and pastels. I think these are pastels. Was this really there? Yeah, that fits, okay. Trying to get everything back in my drawers is always a challenge. Okay, I know that wasn't how it was, but that's how it's gonna be. Here's another office supply drawer. These are all playing cards. This is garbage. Some double-sided tape. This is actually from a sketch box. Some elastic bands, a glue gun, some watercolor pans. I think those are half pans. Some glue sticks, some more earbud covers, some washi tape, and dollar store earbuds, which always kind of ruin my... They sound so bad in phones. They make it start like making these like screeching noises. Some tape, a whole bunch of journals. Oh no, this one got bent. A bunch of journals are in here. A cat notebook, just a whole bunch of stuff. These are all journals. I don't really journal that much, but I use them to write lists usually. This is a little canvas panel. Some bulldog clips for school, or just if I need to clip stuff. An embroidery kit, which I haven't done yet. My X-Acto knife kit, and a whole bunch of tape. And I love having lots of tape because I package orders a lot, and it just helps to make them look nicer. So that's that drawer. It's pretty organized actually. I'm glad that it has stayed that way. So this is where I keep some of my paper. This is some Canson XL watercolor, which I use for quicker, smaller watercolor stuff. I actually just got that. Here's some matte photo paper from Canon. I really like it. It's a little bit thin, but it looks really nice when you print on it, and I love it. And here's the luster paper, which I use for art prints. It's the Photo Paper Pro by Canon, and it has this really nice fine texture to it. It's really nice. Some labels, which I use for packaging stuff. And this is full of glossy sticker paper. I don't use glossy paper, so it's there. And here's some thicker printer paper. This is where I keep some watercolor palettes that I use more often. So this is my misc palette. This is my Shinhan palette. I like to use this for like if I'm too afraid to waste color, I like to use this one because it's really nice and it's not that expensive. A mixing palette. This is full of watercolor, some Cotman stuff from a Sketchbox actually. This is some tear-off palette paper that's covered in paint. Some more palettes with gouache on them. Some folders for school. A bunch of line paper and graph paper for school. And this hole puncher. These are my Cricut mats. I just like to keep them accessible. They're the sticky mats, so you put your paper on it and it sticks down and then the machine cuts it. And this is a case for iPads, both my cases, my old Cintiq, and a cable for the Cintiq. That's where I keep my old lights. I keep them beside my desk. I don't know where I'm going to put them yet. Maybe as a little night light, that might be nice. Tripods, so many tripods. Actually 2 tripods came with my lights. I didn't need them, but they just came with it. So I'm probably going to use them for something else. And here's my little printing and cutting station. So these are the 2 cables. The white one is the Cricut, the black one is the printer. And I keep this little tablecloth on it to prevent dust from getting into the printer. But it is the Canon Pixma Pro 100. A lot of people on YouTube have this one. A lot of people who make prints have it. It's just a really good bang for your buck. It's a really good price. It's a photo printer. It's inkjet. And I love it. It's been great. It was a really good price too. I got it on sale. And I keep my Cricut under here on this little pull-out thing. It's the Cricut Explore Air, the first model. I didn't need the Air 2 or the Maker. I just needed to cut paper, so I got the cheaper one. Keep my little tools in there. And no, nothing's in there. Yeah, it's one of the best investments I ever made. It allows me to make tons of sticker packs because I don't have to sit there and cut them myself, and I can make sticker sheets too, which is really exciting. And I got this little stand from Value Village. So I hope you enjoyed my studio tour. It really hurt my arm to film because I was holding the camera up for so long, but it's definitely changed a lot. I've accumulated all this stuff over the last like 5 or 6 years, so it's not something that comes all at once. This is the main thing I do, so I need to have a lot of space for it and a lot of stuff to do it. I've always wanted like a L-shaped desk, and I have that now when I buy the windows, so the changes have been really nice. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to check out the other videos, I'll link them in the description to see how it's kind of evolved over time. Let me know what your workstation is like, if you have one, or your office or anything like that. So I really hope you enjoyed this workstation tour, and I'll see you in my next video.